Hello, hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a blessed day so far. Welcome to Awakening the Artistic Seer. This channel actually came about because I had made these cards and I wanted to utilize these cards. Just, they are in different stages. Some just have the word on them. It's interesting because mustard seed is literally probably like just a little boop of a seed or a pencil. It's not done. So that's in a different phase than is maybe the SOS that has the research and stuff already done on it as well. So the cards are all in different stages. I did mix in the cards from the previous read, and then I just separated them all out in order to mix them again. We have the light bulb here and the pickle. Someone had thought they had a great idea, but it only put them into a pickle. They could have, we've got braid here, and I tried to draw the braid already, and I had to erase it. I was not pleased with it at all. Someone was working with perhaps people of the justice system and people of a faith-based place who actually were of the haunted variety, perhaps. Maybe they were more into the dark arts or the dark protection of things. They weren't really much into the light of protecting and the light of faith. But they're haunted by what it was that they've chosen to do at this point. Maybe they tried to weave all of those things in together and now they're haunted. The second row, we've got the hummingbird feeder. This just says hummingbird, but I think I'm going to have to change it to the hummingbird feeder only because, I mean, we all know about hummingbirds, right? They fly in different directions. They're the only birds that can stay still and be going at a mile a minute at the same time. They drink on nectar, but the thing is very important about this card is the hummingbird feeder. If you don't clean that hummingbird feeder out, instead of feeding the hummingbirds, you're actually giving them bacteria. So it's important, PSA, that you clean out your hummingbird feeders where they put their little beaks in, because they'll end up with bacteria around their beaks, and then, So I know people who feed hummingbirds are not wanting that to happen, and sometimes people just are not knowing that. They're ignorant to the fact. So there could have been someone in this situation who was either trying to spread around some kind of toxic environment or illness, or maybe they were ignorant to the fact that someone was doing this. Maybe it was these people who were in a place of helping or in a place of faith that didn't know that what was being spread around or talked about or told was actually something that was harmful. It wasn't the truth. And these people are now being haunted by what they participated in. It put them in a pickle, right? So now they have to do a double take. This is just a rough draw. I'm going to go back and draw that. Now they've got to do a double take on what it was that they were told, what it is that they know, what it is that they found out, that this person actually of a higher dimension that they were talking about, that they were spreading this back. It took them down a hole. Whoever this was coming across as being Mr. Hyde. And they wanted to surrender this person that they were talking about into the black hole of things. This person was supposed to get great prosperity and longevity. This person was actually someone who nourished others, hydrated their hearts, helped them see the sweeter things in life. And in some situations, even changed the direction of their life just by being around. The lower entities, the lower items of this dimension, that was their intention, to change the trajectory or the direction of this person's life, of this female's life. But in trying to do so, it only set them up to go into complete isolation and complete deconstruction in order to restore themselves. Could have been someone with a flat top. Unknowingly, they went ahead and broke this person down, and this person put themselves back together again, even stronger than before, because they were the type of person that would bless those who cursed them. Because they knew in doing so, and I'm not saying because that's why they did it, it's just who they are. But the aftermath of that was they will be blessed because they chose the high road in dealing with people who acted ignorantly. It was a toxic, radioactive situation that someone was giving another individual. They could have been trying to make this person stressed out so that they could not even use the restroom, because you know stress will cause your body to hold on to things. In case anyone is in that situation, making sure you're hydrated is important. Once in a while, a sugary soda can help loosen things up. To get those, this is an oil change to get everything moving again. Someone may need to get their oil changed in their car because that oil change just wanted to keep coming out and show itself. Apparently the guidelines, don't quote me on this, but apparently the oil change guidelines, if you're using a synthetic oil, you can wait 5,000 to 10,000 miles to change the oil in your car. I had no idea. I was going to reach for my incense instead of my coffee. I don't know why I felt the need to have that showing on camera today. I usually do not. Bottom of the deck, we've got carriage, somebody's hopes and dreams. Right now, they are stuck in the sand. There is no person to lead that carriage. There is no horse. There is no lead. Each part of the carriage connects to a certain part of life, meaning the mind, the senses, the spiritual connection, and the body. We've got hiding. They think they're hidden, but you can see them in plain sight. You know exactly where they are, what they've been doing, who they are. Or somebody does. Island. Now they're in isolation, perhaps. Maybe they've disappeared onto an island. We've got the wishing well here. Notice the handle is busted. I should probably put the handle down there on the ground. It's kind of hard to get water out of a well without the handle. It's going to be a lot of work. This is also my gossip card. Kind of like meet me at the well, biblically speaking. I'll meet you at the wishing well. I have something to tell you. All right, go ahead. Okay, well, now this is in the way. We've got tulips. Tulips are very fragile. Even though they resurrect every single season, if you keep the bulbs and you dry the bulbs out, they'll come back every year. But they're very fragile because if they lose the support and the leaves around them, they just kind of fall. So maybe this person, or maybe they wanted this person to be hidden. Maybe they wanted this person to be isolated and out of plain sight. They wanted to hide this person away so they couldn't work on their dreams. They wanted to gossip about them. And they wanted to take away their support system for whatever reason. It's like, who does that? They must feel pretty low about themselves to be that type of person, right? But as the card said in the very beginning, as we bless those who hurt us because it's the right thing to do, may they not know what they do. Who knows if they know what they're doing, or maybe they're ignorant. Shh, don't say anything. There is some kind of secret going on. Someone's asking someone not to say something. Please don't say anything. Maybe they're talking about this wishing well, the gossip and the lack of support, or the needing the help or needing support, and they're asking, they're sharing it, and please don't tell anybody that what I just told you. We've got the number 6, could have something to do with support, family, the imperfect person. Maybe someone's coming clean about their imperfections. Wouldn't that be nice? We've got the Leo, the lion here. Strength, honor, loyalty, connection to the divine. They even say that the Leo, or the lion rather, is the representation of the divine himself. We've got the apple here. Maybe someone's being told, don't tell the lion about the offer. Don't tell somebody about what we did to the Leo person and their family. Someone's frustrated. Why are they frustrated, I wonder? For peace. Number 12 card. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, the mind, body, and soul. This person is in peace with all of those, regardless of how they tried to manipulate it and stick them to be stuck in the sand or stuck in the mud. Whomever they tried to do this to, they're at peace. And they're frustrated they're at peace, because that's not what they wanted. Lost and found. Maybe this group, or whoever this was, who was trying to get the help in the beginning, as we were saying, with the hummingbird feeder and spreading all of this gossip or whatnot, maybe they are actually finding their peace. Maybe they lost their way and now they found their way. It's a man-made situation. Slow moving, of course. We have a welcomed visitor here. Also probably an imperfect person. We've got a ladder. Maybe someone's going to raise this Leo up, or they're just trying to get ahead in life. They've got lemons. They're offering lemons. They're offering bitter. Apparently, bitters are what you need for to heal someone's intestinal tract. Interestingly enough, we've got bitters and we've got fiber here. Maybe that's what someone needs for their IBS, or I don't even know. I'm not a doctor, not a nutritionalist, folks. Please see your professionals. But those could be two indicators that someone's having intestinal issues. Success here. Making lemonade out of lemons, perhaps. Divine intervention has been called. Interesting that that's underneath the peace card, and they have very similar color schemes here. We've got the Baba black sheep. They tried to hide the Baba black sheep. They wanted this person to appear like they were lost. But they're found. You can isolate them all you want to. They're going to find themselves within the isolation. It's just how they work. To swear. Someone promised something. If it looks like a bell, sounds like a bell, it is a bell. It's something very obvious. The network systems, the computer, online. The number 5, something is changing. Maybe someone will be seen online now where they weren't online before, where they weren't seen online before. They're changing these lemons into lemonade. We've got the house. A change of address, perhaps. We've got 2 coming out. Confusion and Hollywood. Someone tried to confuse the situation dealing with us. Someone tried to confuse a situation dealing with someone who had passed. Dealing with someone's star quality. Someone had done a story about the meaning of the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Like every time that you walk on the stars, you are enunciating or solidifying or reminding of the control of those who entertain you in order to distract you from what is actually going on around you. The stars are in place there as reminders of the need of distraction. Mind you, the stars themselves or people who are honoring those stars actually have to pay for those stars to be placed into the sidewalk. I don't know if for those who have passed, if the same is true for the stars, but they say that when you do a memorial at the place where someone may have had an accident, or if someone who had passed away as a little marker to where this is what happened, it's actually you're tying that individual soul to that space. Which is unfortunate because just like the hummingbird feeder, you're trying to do something kind in remembrance of this person, but in actuality, you're just tying them to the scenario and the place of where it happened. When we allow for our loved ones who have passed on to actually pass on, you're doing both of you a service. You're allowing that spirit to actually move on and to process the way it needs to process without having to feel tethered to the world of which it left and the family of which it left. And also, when you allow for that spirit to move on, you are also freeing yourself of the heartache that's connected to it. It's important to release. to understand that this is something that we're not ever going to be able to avoid. All of us will pass on. And coming to terms with that fact will help you to let go. I can't tell you the number of losses I've had in my life. I used to reflect back and wonder, it's like, why? Anyone who I've cared about or loved has either left, moved on, or passed away. It's almost like it was training for what was dealt with in the last 3 or 4 years. There are no mistakes in life. If you look back at the books that you read or the songs that you listened to or the experiences you had, pretty sure that you're going to be able to see some kind of theme there and realize that it was just preparing you for whatever it is that you are dealing with now. Someone wanted to cause some kind of confusion in regards to this house, and it could have been whoever was online, trying to cause confusion that was left. Perhaps this house is in Los Angeles County. Perhaps it's in Hollywood. Perhaps it's someone who actually lives in Hollywood who is trying to cause this confusion. But the divine is never confused. Everything happens in the order of which the divine sees fit. And the divine will use it in a way that will benefit you and everyone involved. There is no confusion in that. Again, if you have that perspective of things, things are easier to process when they do happen, because they will happen. It's the way it's designed to be. We've got paint. It's all in the details. Adding color to a situation that just seems so confusing. Adding the color to scenarios really paints a picture, doesn't it? Confusion of the drama surrounding this house, the success, divine intervention for the blah black sheep that was isolated. We've got the hamster wheel, living day in and day out, same routine, just waking up and doing the same thing over and over again, materialistic. Who is this person? Is this visitor the one that was completely materialistic and it was quite obvious? This imperfect person? We have a UFO. Someone's from another planet or viewed as being from another planet by this network of people. Sanctuary. I'm going to go back to saying they changed their lemons into a sanctuary with lemonade. We've got a creeper here. The creeper is this little mollusk type character. And it's also those plants that grow their leaves and stick to the wall. If you don't move them, they'll kind of stick to the wall. Once you move them, they're not going to stick anymore. You can guide them to be in the place that you want them to be, but all in all, these creepers right here, they'll actually use people around them. The creepers put their eggs out and it attaches to the gills, the oxygen, the living force. It attaches to the gills of the newts and the fish that are around during the time that the creeper releases its eggs. So they attach to the host, and they allow the host to provide them with all the nutrients and everything that they need. It's like, I'm using you to raise my children. Thank you very much. Why? Why you? Because you were around. Because you came near me. Someone could have attached themselves to somebody's house. Somebody's foundation, somebody's stability. Heck, maybe someone just kind of moved in because they felt like this person was welcoming them in. They took them up into their arms, created a safe space, and now they're using them to raise their children. Persephone. Persephone was a person who was actually taken by the king of Hades and was made to marry him against their will. So then became the queen of Hades, the queen of the underworld. She was taken from her sanctuary, made to bear children that others would raise. Maybe made promises to stardom in Hollywood, but instead got confusion. We've got communication coming in about this happening. Maybe this person doesn't even know any of this happened. Maybe it was all happening behind the scenes, that they went ahead and took care or took over on someone's life or livelihood. The details are coming in. We've got the deep waves on how deep this actually went. How this person's family life or living life, whatever you want to call it, daily life, was actually a man-made situation. Someone swore that they would take care of this person. They swore that they would oversee their day in and day out. They swore they would be a part of it every single day, multiple times a day. Having deep waves takes work. It's constant maintenance. So if you see someone who has deep waves, please know that they put some time and effort into that. It didn't just happen. You've got to have a special brush. You have to have a special covering. We've got a geo. There's many layers to what this happened. Obviously, someone did it for the money of it. This could be someone who is a visitor. They come and see you often. Could be family. Could be a sister. We've got a traffic cone. Under construction. Saving a space. Are these UFOs of the network saving a space for this person to evolve? Are they waiting for this person to evolve? Does the network see this person as being out of this world because this person is actually trying to guide others to the Most High so they can evolve? That's the bottom line. We've got a parade, parading the sanctuary. Got to mark, you got to block off people in order to make room for this parade. Someone could be boasting. or feel like someone is boasting. Offering detox, a change of sanctuary, and a parade to celebrate. Honoring somebody, honoring an occasion or a holiday. A parade is also calling the troops, calling attention to something, gathering of troops for inspection or display. On their journey. A peach. Could have something to do with Georgia. Could have something to do with someone's behind. Aren't you just a real peach? Someone could be super sweet. Someone could be on a sweet journey. Extended family. Or an extended sweet journey. This was my in-laws card. Maybe the communication will be coming from some in-laws or maybe your extended family. I know my cousins used to side-eye me a lot, and I felt it. One cousin, I used to have to remind her to be kinder to her little sister. Because I remember I was out there visiting, and she was just annoyed by her little sister, like most big sisters are, I would say. Because, I mean, my big sisters were annoyed with me. I don't know if it's because maybe they feel like they're forced to look after their little sister, or maybe their little sister just looks up to them to the point where they just want to be around. They want the attention, they want the friendship or whatnot. But while it was there, I was older than them, and I'm like, this is your little sister, and I know she seems annoying to you, but she's like your sister. And then later in life, when they came out to visit, we would all get together and go to dinner or something. And I remember being in school to get my psych degree and talking about it, and I was excited to be able to help people, and they kind of side-eyed me like, who are you? It was just a feeling of something. It's like I was excited to have family. I loved my family. I thought it was so great to have family, and people who just were around who you thought felt the same way, but it was very clear with how I felt around them that it was not the same. They didn't want the same things I wanted. You know how you just sense some things sometimes and you can't really explain why or how you know these things? Anywho, when my uncle passed, who I loved very dearly, I don't think they liked the fact that I loved him so much. I wasn't invited to the funeral. I never even heard that there was a funeral happening, which I found odd. But it is what it is. So in the center of this read, we've got the 5 card here. Mind you, the channel, as in the description, does say that these are my artwork, my cards or whatnot that I use as a diary to tell stories. And obviously there's been a lot of times where I do a little bit TMI. I don't know why I feel the need to share the stories of my personal scenario, but apparently I'm being led to. supposed to help someone else out, and realizing that, you know what, sometimes you do have a sense of things that you don't know or understand to why or what they are. But in the end result, it will have meaning to you to just go with the flow of things as we go into the blue light of the fireplace. One statement that I heard so often was like, don't take it personally. It's like, how in the world can I not take things that people do personally when it hurts? And I think I've come to the understanding that sometimes these things happen that you're not supposed to take personally, as some kind of pathway or journey for the person who is doing it to you, and you're just the vessel or the representation of what it is that they have done or chosen to do. Forgive those who don't know what it is that they are doing, for they are ignorant in what they do. As we had in the very beginning, the opening breaks of the decks. And when we're able to take things upon ourselves as knowing that it's not something that we should take personal, that things that people do are not really an indication of who you are as a person, but exactly of who they are as a person and where they are in life as this imperfect person. The man-made choices, when they visit within your world, it's easier to adapt to whatever it is that's happening. It really doesn't have anything to do with you. You just happen to be there. Like the creeper card, right? So there's a change going on. There's overall, everything's going on around you because of this change. This change from being in a state or space of bitterness to a place of sanctuary. This harsh reality, I'm thinking lemons that get spray and get you in the eye. Oopsie, right? It was an accident. But maybe it was meant to happen because maybe you were missing seeing something that you should have been seeing all along. And that's the only way that the divine intervention could get your attention. But someone knows. About taking the higher road. We've got the ladder going up, and we've got the UFO going up, and then we've got the traffic cone saving that space. So saving space for those people who are around you, the imperfect people who come in and out of your life, who are obviously materialistic or whatever fault that they may have. They could have many faults with the geode. Just saving space for those individuals in order for them to work through or parade whatever ills that they have. And know it's just part of their journey. When you know what you're working with, you know how to maneuver. I'm thinking apple pie and peach pie. You've got your resources, you've got your ingredients. You get to choose with how you're going to make it and what you're going to make. That is in your hands. Deep waves and the lost and found. Maybe someone was being swallowed by their emotions. The extended family or the in-laws are asking, please don't say anything about what's been going on. It's a secret. Our outcome is a shave. Someone's been trying to shave off the top. Tiara. The tiara is placed on someone's head in a beauty pageant. They're being honored. And then, of course, there's the parade. They parade themselves around at the end. And, hi, I'm the beauty queen. I won the contest. Tiara is also the royalty. I don't know if the tiara is the same as the queen's crown, or if the tiara just stands for the princess. I'm uncertain. Sometimes you'll wear a tiara when you go out and celebrate for the bachelorette party. The bride-to-be will wear a tiara. Decision has to be made. Mind over heart, heart over mind. Maybe you should just do a balance of both. Check in with yourself and use your discernment. For sale. Interesting. Integrity for sale. Sold. It's a wrap, folks. It's a wrap. There's been a decision being made. Perhaps in the spiritual realm of things. A decision being made on someone's actual integrity, whether it was for sale or not. This could pertain to someone who is of the countries that do the mummification. I think that's in Europe and in or Middle East and Egypt and parts of Asia. Maybe they were testing somebody's mother. This mother's hands are up saying, hey, I'm still here. I know they said I passed on and they did the whole process and everything, but I'm still here. Divine intervention. Maybe they didn't even know that they had passed on. Maybe it was just in the records that they had passed on, just like it was, she was taken and married without her knowledge. And the courts have seen, they've made the decision that somehow this person is still here and this person is actually single. Living peacefully, perhaps, at this point now that justice has been made. We have Judas on the bottom of the deck. We have balance on the top of the deck. Testing someone's integrity. Maybe someone finally decided whether they were going to sell their integrity or not for this house. Someone wanted a house and they wanted someone to take care of their kids. That was the whole point of their journey. Does this say charge? I guess that would be charges being brought against somebody. Or is it supposed to be change? I can't tell my own writing. No judgment. It's not my place to judge. So that way you shrug it off and say, well, I guess that's just what they decided to do. It has nothing to do with me. Someone's being charged with something, though, because of their decisions and what they did. They tried to shave off the top of the tiara. They tried to get rid of the tiara. Reserved. Faith, seer, healthy healing. I don't know why I'm even doing it that way. Faith, seer, healthy, healing, balance. We had balance before. Ask why. W. 6 coming out again. Get moving. Swap. Committing. Commit. Empty. Sunny side. Someone's commitment found to be empty situation. They were trying to swap somebody's commitment for somebody else's commitment. They took the space of somebody else, the thing that was supposed to be theirs. There's one under here. Q upside down. Q the swap. Or not queuing the swap. It's an empty commitment. Someone committed to something and now they feel empty about it. And they're sad about it. It's almost like giving two sides of the story. That of the person that it happened to and now the person who actually tried to do what they did. The W could be the first, middle, or last initial of somebody's name. Also an imperfect person with that number 6. Was the 6 also the sign of David? Yes, the Star of David. It's the hexagon. So someone could be of that faith as well. And then we had the Egyptian here with the mummy. So that's interesting. The Middle Eastern practice. I'm assuming hey Google, Middle East, do they do the mummification?
Mummification was most extensively practiced in ancient Egypt, which is in the Middle East. While natural mummification occurred in various desert climates throughout the region, the complex, deliberate process of artificial mummification was a central part of Egyptian funerary culture for thousands of years. Would you like to hear more about the specific steps the Egyptians took to preserve bodies?
Oh, no, thank you. Take me back.
All right.
There's no steps going towards taking somebody back. You got to let go of your pride, or this person's going to let go of their pride and ask if they can be taken back, but someone's going to say, no, I don't think so. There is no deal. Someone has to deal with the fact that they were prideful. It was their downfall. Someone's in a pinch. The number 8 is a masculine action. It could be also the month of August. No longer in control of putting someone in a box. A box where, I wonder? Above. It's not coming from left field. It's on the right field. It's like obvious to what they were doing at this point. The perspective here that they were trying to project. You can't project this anymore. An Aries who was in their south node had a gift of friendship with this individual. Again with a W. This is an M upside down, who someone with their initial of M is in their south node. But interestingly enough, it comes and it looks like a W. So we've got 2 W's at this point. It's not the beginning, it's the ending. It's the done. It's the end. The friendship with whoever this is, probably this Leo person with Aries who's in their south node, the friendship between these two was a gift, and they completely minimized the gift that was there. They tried to put this person in a box, but they no longer can do that. They're having to deal with the fact that they were in their pride. No longer part of a group, since we've got the pride of lions and then we've got the pride upside down. This person is no longer, they're having to deal with the fact that they've been kicked out of the pride. They're no longer seen as family. They're no longer seen as being part of. They try to change something in this Leo's life or this lion's life. And again, they were frustrated at how peaceful this person remained to be throughout it all. It's the same scenario, but at least we've got the communication painting all the details and talking about it. Like, how do you change the scenario? We've got face. Someone has no face. They've been trying to hide themselves in the scenario. Music. The music no longer plays. This person could have produced music. We've got clear upside down. It wasn't clear. Class. They lacked class for sure. The smoke has settled. It's upside down. Oopsie, they made a mistake. What are we covering? The flame that's upside down. Time upside down. We're out of time here. Creating. They created a mistake. They created sadness. They created an empty environment. They created not what they hoped. With that being said, folks, thanks for being here. And as mentioned in previous videos, I do have 2 other channels available. If you would sign up, subscribe to those channels so that way I could go live on them, I would so appreciate it. One of the groups only need like 14 people. And the other one actually needs probably about 40 people to sign up so I can go live. With that being said, thanks for being here. Take care and make it a great day.